Okay. Now, I have it, or I have my new snare set up on Big Kit. This one's going to be going up on my YouTube channel as well. So for those playing at home, I've recently purchased myself a Mike Portnoy signature 9-ply Bubinga snare drum. Now, I bought this thing because I've been using the Tama one for quite some time, and I wasn't getting enough dynamic control out of it. And when you listen to a lot of the stuff that Portnoy does, he has a lot of dynamic control, and his snare has a lot of dynamic range. You can hit it soft, still hear it, still gets a nice tone, but it's not overbearingly loud. With the Lazoric one, it doesn't have that dynamic range. You have to hit it for it to make a sound. This thing is so sensitive, it's ridiculous. So you can just like I'm just tapping it with my finger, and you've got, it still makes a nice sound. Then you can go, and you get the different notes coming through. I apologise for the poor sound quality. I'm probably going to upload a proper soundbite file of it when it's mic'd and when it's not as overbearing, when I have a mate come around to do it for me, because I don't actually have the recording equipment to do it. So this is all done through an iPhone camera, so that's raw, and I am in a garage that has brick walls as well, so, and steel doors. So the dynamics and the room itself isn't that good. If I was doing this in a proper studio, I'd probably sound a lot better again. And it sounded amazing last night on stage, playing at Lake's Hotel entrance. So there's that, plus I got rave reviews from the band. But anyway, back to it. Yesterday on my Facebook, I uploaded a video of just the snare drum, and I didn't actually get to play it properly, play it with time. So I've set it up on the Big Kit, so I'm going back on the Big Kit again. And yeah, I'm just going to play a little bit, and you're going to get to hear how it sounds with cymbals, with kick, toms, China cymbals, whatever I could think of at the time. It's just going to be free form. It's going to be a little bit of a solo thing. Gonna try and make it melodic, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so here's my demonstration of the Tama Mike Portnoy signature 14x5.5 9-ply Bubinga Melody Master. Portnoy's fills at the ends just to show you what it sounds like. In this sort of environment, it probably, if you're in obviously a very, very loud room, like something that doesn't have soundproofing, you might need to go with some kind of muffling, like maybe some moon gel or a drum tack or something like that, just to stick on the room, so it's like, takes a little bit of those overtones away. Otherwise it's pretty well nice. So obviously it depends on what you like. Bit of a product review. The recommended retail price on this for Australians is roughly $10.99. I got it for a little bit less than that, mostly because the guys in the drum shop in Newcastle hooked me up. I am so amazingly happy with this snare drum. You have no idea. Unboxing it yesterday was the most amazing thing for me personally, to have saved up and paid off something that is this high quality for myself and who's played by the guy who makes me want to play drums, and get better and continually get better at playing. If you want to get one of these, if you're that way inclined, by all means go out and get one. It is well worth the price, it's well worth every cent you'll pay for it. I haven't tried to mess around with tuning range, mostly because I like the way it sounds now. It sounded amazing out of the box, but I've tightened up the bottom head. I've put a different head on the top. So when you order this from Tama, it'll come with a coated Ambassador drum head as the standard. I've put a PS77 on the Remo PS77. Mostly because I wanted to try and dry up the sound a little bit, because it is a bit bright, because it's got a lacquered interior. So it's 9-ply Bubinga shell, 5.5 inches deep, 14 inches wide, signature palette model. It's got a 3-way throw off as I demonstrated. So you've got on, loose, and off altogether. So I'm still messing around with the loose tone. I played with it a bit last night. Didn't really think anyone noticed. I didn't even notice really. I didn't notice the difference with all the guitars and the bass going on. So, but yeah. So if you want to get one of these, go out and get it. It's well worth it. And I'm not going to say go out and get it just because it's played by Mike Portnoy. I'm not. No, I ordered it blind because I've heard it on his recordings and I'm a fan of his, and I have heard other people playing it and it sounded amazing to me, and I thought, well, I want to get one. I didn't actually get to play it before I bought it because I live in Australia. I am the only person that I know of in this country who has one of these snare drums. You have to order it blind. So I'm hoping me doing a bit of a sound test with an iPhone camera, and then possibly in a couple of days doing another one with video footage and the extra sound added of kick, a couple overheads, and a snare mic will improve it a fair bit. So this thing is unreal. I am so happy with it. I could not have purchased a better piece of equipment blind. I opened up the box, I hit it, I was happy with how it was. The guys in the drum shop made it better for me. For me, this is like the perfect snare drum, especially if you're going to be playing like a lot of rock music, a lot of covers music, a lot of prog music. When you need different snare tones, you have the option of the 3-way throw off, and that's why I got it, because I play a lot of different types of music. I'm still going to keep my other Lars Ulrich one. That's mostly going to be used for death metal, because in order to get a decent sound out of that, you have to whack the shit out of it, and in order to get a decent tone in death metal, you have to whack the shit out of it. So I've done that. I'm going to use that as a death metal and a heavy metal snare drum. This is going to be progressive metal, progressive rock, and just a standard rock snare drum. So it's going to be your solid backbeat sort of stuff with a bit of dynamic stuff in there with the prog stuff. But I'm happy with it. I'd rate it. I'd go just shy of a perfect score. Because of the lacquered interior, it is really bright. If it didn't have the lacquered finish on the inside of the drum, it'd probably be a bit better. It'd have more of that bassy overtone, bassy sort of low end that Bubinga gives, without having the high end presence there. So that if there was anything I could change about this drum, that would be the only thing I'd change, is the lack of interior. But everything else is apart from that is like perfectly fine for me. I love it as is. You can dry that up by putting a drum tack or some moon gel around the edge of the drum, or even getting a dampening ring, but that might dampen it a bit too much and take away a lot of the body that the snare has to offer. So probably a 9 out of 10 as a product rating. I'm still incredibly happy with it. Like, it is perfect for me. So for me, it's a 10 out of 10. For anyone else, probably, I would say probably 9, just because there might be something about the drum that you might not like too much. But yeah, overall, it is a sick drum. It's sick sounding, plays amazing, and yeah, it's unreal. So I can sit here and just rave about it all night. You've got no idea. But yeah, that's the drum. That's me playing it properly with some cymbals, and that's just with a straight iPhone camera in my shed. So the sound quality in here is not great, but hopefully you get the rough idea of what I'm talking about with it. Like, you can hear those overtones quite well in here. You can hear the subtleties of the drum. I'm still working on my dynamics as a player, like hitting softer versus hitting harder, and a couple of various things. But other than that, it is a sick sounding drum. So go out and get yourself one if you can, if you want one. If not, that's fine, that's your choice. Every player has their own personal preference of what they like, and I happen to love this. So, yeah. There's my review of the Mike Portnoy 9-player Bubinga snare drum. I hope you enjoy, I hope you like what you've heard, and I hope to have many years of playing this drum. Thank you and keep rocking.